What's good, YouTube? Back again with another video. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you about customs. Custom authentic Nike jerseys and regular straight from the factory Nike jerseys. So there's a reason why I prefer to get my jerseys directly from Nike or Fanatics. And I know sometimes they don't come with the sponsorships from Nike or Fanatics, even though there's about 3 jerseys that came with sponsorships this past year. So the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard was straight from Nike. That came with a sponsor patch. The Curry Authentic, that came with a sponsor patch. The City Edition black jersey. And I believe there was one more jersey that came with a sponsor patch directly from Nike and Fanatics. I believe the other jersey came from Fanatics, or people who bought Curry jerseys from Fanatics came with a sponsor patch. So I know there were a couple of jerseys that did come with sponsor patches from Nike and Fanatics. That's the reason why most people buy their stuff from the team shop, because the team shop has a sponsor patch, and that's the closest thing to the authentic that the players wear. So I get that part. But it comes with something that I think a lot of people don't really just know. And what I wanted to explain to you guys was something like this jersey, right? The craftsmanship in this jersey is impeccable. This is a single slab of twill, and how they do it is that they just cut the white into the red, and then they have multiple layers of stitching. So when we take a look at this jersey inside out, right, you're gonna see all the layers of stitching there. So you have red, you have 2 white pieces of stitching, but this is one slab of twill, very thin. And on this, it's super smooth to the touch, and it's always a matted finish. Always a matted finish, super smooth to the touch. Even the red part is just super smooth, right? Same thing for the numbers. You have a triple stitched kiss cut, but the perforations are perfect, right? And we take a look at that. Again, this is super smooth. It actually has like perfect perforation cutouts. So it's not fucked up in any way. This is the craftsmanship that I've come to expect from Nike. Now, once in a while, you may get some loose threading on the side or something like that, but that's really nothing. This is always perfect. So far, everything that I've gotten from Nike, straight from Nike, is always perfect. Let's take a look at the 11 on the back. Again, triple stitched. We're going to see what that looks like underneath. Right? Boom. Beautiful, right? None of that cloth underneath the twill. And most important, this twill is going to be a lot thinner, and the perforations actually make performance sense because these are mesh underneath. This is a mesh material underneath. You probably see right through me, right? I know they're so small that at first glance you just look at a solid piece, but as you can see, I could see right through and see my phone right through it. So there's perforations through here, and there's perforations through the twill, which at that point makes performance sense. So there's that. Now in this particular jersey, you do have even triple stitching on the name. So they went all in on this particular jersey. My Denver Nuggets City Edition as well. They went all in on that. You're not going to get a bunch of triple stitching on every jersey. That just doesn't happen. But this particular jersey you do, right? So my first 2 authentics that were custom authentics, and I say custom in a sense that team shops are creating the authentics afterwards. So I remember buying this one here. This is the Kawhi Leonard Statement Edition, rubberized, Nike logo. And to just let you guys know, he never wore Aeroswift with the Clippers. So Aeroswift is 2017-18 season. He was still in Toronto in 2018-19. So he went to the Clippers in 1920. That's when I got this jersey. So what I think what happened was they had a bunch of blanks, and we're going to take a look at this. So you see the Clippers emblem, perfectly stitched. And then I think they put the Kawhi Leonard name and number on it. It was so wild to see this, because, you know, we associate this with fakes, or, you know, in general, like, this is just sloppy the way this is done. Like, I started questioning the team shop. I got this directly from the Staples Center team shop. All right. And then the twill, it's a little different. Let me see if I can show this to you on camera. It's a little different, but it feels super different. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to capture this on camera. The perforations are there, but it feels like sandpaper. It's exactly what it feels like. It feels like sandpaper on the custom Authentics. And on this, it's super smooth, like a baby's ass. Super smooth. Oh, let me just refrain from saying that. Like a woman's ass. So super smooth is beautiful, right? This feels rough. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel as nice as this. Now, does that mean it's better quality? No, but I like the way this feels. So there's that. So that's one of my custom Authentics, right? So let me show you this one in particular. This is not a custom Authentic. This is a retail Authentic. This is a Kawhi Leonard Spurs gray alternate jersey. And this is one of the few where they actually layered the twill, right? So I wanted to show you guys that, right? So you see the spur here. You have the perforations on the twill. You have a double stitched 2. And let me just make sure I'm in frame. Yeah, I'm in frame. All right, you have a double stitched 2. You have a white and gray stitched on the 2. It's a kiss cut, really nicely done. And then on the spur, this is the first time I've seen an actual layer of stitching on top of each other. So just to show you guys from the inside out, you have the base layer of the spur, and then you see the stitching on top of that. Usually they'll actually just cut out the gray part. So when the gray part is on it, it's still closest to the material. It's still closest to the jersey. So this is the first time that I think I've seen where they actually layered on top of the twill, but they did such a nice, clean looking job that, you know, it looks great. It looks great and it feels really nice and it's super soft. And you could barely, like, it's no weight to these jerseys. I actually think these are the nicest jerseys to wear. So I know a lot of people look past the Authentics now. I know the Authentics are getting popular again, but these are the nicest jerseys to wear. I'm wearing this one. It feels like I got nothing on. It feels awesome. So for me, this is my favorite jerseys to wear. Like, I love wearing my Bulls stuff, my Michelinette stuff, my old school vintage stuff. But there is a weight to it that you don't recognize until you have one of these on. And then you put one of those on and you're like, whoa, I feel like I'm wearing something. This, you feel like you're just chilling. So that's something to think about. Again, the craftsmanship on this is excellent. You have a triple stitched on this particular jersey with the gray outline, 2 whites on the border of the twill. But again, nice smooth twill, perforations throughout, big mesh holes on the Arrow Swifts. So on the Arrow Swifts, this is the first generation run. Look how big those mesh holes are, right? A lot of breathability here. Probably some of the reason why these were ripping was because there was so much perforations. They had to make this material a little bit stronger. So that's that, all right? You see the Nike Connect. Beautiful jersey. Definitely a nice jersey. And then this is why I don't like custom Authentics. So here's my Trae Young jersey. And you do have a little bit of a gloss on this one. At least it comes across that way. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing the same thing. But the perforation is super thick. It's still a cutout. So it's still one layer of twill. But it's a big piece. It's not perfect. You know, it has some wrinkles within the twill. It's a little beat up. It looks worn. And I never worn it. It's a brand new jersey. All right. Even on the name. The name's a little thicker. But the materials that they use, it's just a little different. This just looks, you know, like somebody did it. That's the thing. This looks perfect. Let's take a look at this again, right? This looks perfect. Like, it's super, like, lightweight. It's bendable. We take a look at the Irving, right? Super lightweight, really nice looking. And then this one just looks like somebody's grandmother did it. Sometimes they don't get them even. There are horror stories out there. Mines are even, at least on this side. This side, it's bulging, so it kind of throws me off, and I don't love it, but it's a custom authentic. The problem is, if you go and return this, you may not get something any better. That's just the reality, right? This is a perfect example of what I mean. This is a Devin Booker straight from the team shop, from the Suns team shop, from the arena. And on mine, you get a little bit of a bite on the numbers. I mean, it's something minute. You can't really tell. You do have like a wrinkle to the twill. You do have this rough surface on the twill. Perforations came out pretty good. Really thick pieces of twill on the name. It was the front, my bad. So on the front, it's probably nothing to most of you guys, but it's like a little bite. Again, is it a super like game changer? Probably not. I'm just gonna wear it and enjoy it. But if you can see it, you can see it, and you can't unsee it. So you see what I'm saying? That's just one of those things that it sucks when jerseys don't come from Nike. That's what I don't like. So this part came from Nike, and we'll take a look at the inside out on this one. So this part came from Nike. So this star is stitched onto the jersey, and then he pressed this rubberized basketball on top of the star. All right, that's pretty cool. And then here, this was a blank. They had Chris Paul. I have a few Chris Pauls as well. Same thing. And then on the Booker, they did it like this. All right. Everything else is the same. The jock tags are the same. The Jumpman logo and the 75th anniversary logos are the same. It's more likely to get an error on these custom jerseys from these team shops that you won't get from Nike. Now, there's two team shops that I know of so far that does team shop jerseys, that sell authentic jerseys and don't have them custom made. For whatever reason, they're getting them either straight from the factory, or if they are getting them custom made, it's so well done, it looks like Nike just did it. So Dallas Maverick shop, to me, is the best shop, best team shop in NBA. They're fully loaded all the time. You can get a Luka Doncic jersey probably right now. Always fully stocked, always with the best jerseys, always has the City Edition and the All-Star jerseys. They had both All-Star jerseys this year. I missed out on the gray one, but I copped the red one. That's the best team shop to me by far. The second best so far that doesn't get the custom team shops like we see here is the Denver Nuggets team shop. Denver Nuggets team shop, so far I've got 3 jerseys from that team shop directly, and it comes straight from Nike. So that's awesome. I'm trying to think. So far, the Miami Heat team shops have been pretty good. I've gotten a couple authentics straight from that website as well, and they come directly like from Nike. And then this is my LeBron jersey. This is the Magic Johnson edition. This is the 2018-19 season. And again, this was one of the ones in which they made custom, right? Now, I believe if you got lucky enough to get the Black Mamba jersey, it came like this because they had a bunch of blanks and they made a bunch. I believe they made LeBron and Anthony Davis, but if you got the restock, it came like this from what I understand. So as you can see, this up top comes from the factory and this down below comes from the team shops. All right, same thing here on the names and the number on the back. So what's going to be interesting is 10, 15, 20 years down the line, when these jerseys are going to be highly sought after, they're going to be the new Revolution 30 jerseys that you just cannot find. Try to find a Revolution 30 LeBron James that's not the black and white version. Just can't find it. And if you get lucky enough to find it, you're paying big money. Like, my boy Rivalry has the throwback versions of those Revolution 30 jerseys, and man, you're never seeing those again. So some of these jerseys are going to be worth it at some point. But if you don't know your shit from now, people are going to think that these are either fake. They're going to see, wait, I got this straight from Nike, but I got this, but why does yours look like that? So I already had a conversation with somebody. He sent me a Dallas Mavericks authentic, and it's so crazy because I'm in a Facebook group too. So the Facebook guy from the Facebook group sold it and got the complaint from eBay, and the guy from my Instagram sent me the same jersey to ask me if it was legit. They don't even know each other. I don't even know if they both know me. But I seen the seller complaining, yo, this guy thinks I'm selling him a fake, blah, 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 it's bullshit. And then this guy sends me the same exact photos saying, yo, is this legit or not? So I explained to the buyer, yeah, it's legit. I don't know where it went, but people are seeing this and getting thrown off. So there's something to talk about. And then you have the JT straight from Nike authentic, huge 0 on the back. One of my favorite jerseys. I think pickups this year for sure, or last year I should say. I mean, we just take a look at this quickly, and I mean, you have the 0 is just perfect. Nike does great craftsmanship on their jerseys, from the name to everything, right? Even the stitching to the championship patch. And then we take a look at the Celtics. I mean, this is just a clean looking jersey. So definitely a good one. This is why I prefer Nike Authentics straight from Nike, straight from Fanatics. If I'm really pressed to get an advertisement patch, I'll just find it from a third-party site. I usually don't care about the sponsor patch because they seem to interchange. The Bucks had Harley Davidson, which I think was a really dope patch, and then they won the championship in the Motorola. Which one do you get? If you had the Harley Davidson, well, technically you didn't win the championship in that one. Do you now feel like you're obligated to get a Motorola patch? Giannis Antetokounmpo. So that's when shit gets a little bit too hairy for me, and that's when I say, you know what? I don't mind it without the patch. So there's that. All right. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. The fit is dope, as you guys can see. I got these nice Jordan 3s on. You know, little clean jersey. Shout out to Dame. Hopefully he could come back and do his thing. So, you know how I do. All right. On that note, I hope you guys enjoyed it. My dogs are barking. Let me go check upstairs. Make sure I don't got to knuckle somebody up real quick. All right. On that note, we out. Peace.